What's going on, Internet? My name's Andy Walker, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever gear review video on the Align Tactical Thumb Rest that is going to be coming out very soon for the Canik Rival. So, just a little bit of my background. I've been shooting competition for about 8 years now, mostly USPSA. I've won the Tennessee State Sectional back in 2020 shooting carry optics, and at the last nationals that I shot back in 2021, I took 40th in the country. So really enjoy shooting USPSA, and when the Canik Rival first came out, I absolutely fell in love. And one of the things I felt like was missing, and the thing that I especially liked on some of the SIG P320s that I saw, was that it did not have a thumb rest, at least not yet. And so I actually had an idea of how one could be designed, and I reached out to Align Tactical, the same company that makes the thumb rest for the SIG P320. And I got in contact with their owner, Joel, and he told me that, he'd been looking at the same thing and had a really similar design idea. We really hit it off, and not even a week after me sending that to him, he had already come out with a 3D printed design of the first one. And so he sent me a finished production piece of that first design and tried it out, really liked it. He reached out for some feedback. We kind of went back and forth on some different stuff. And then he sent me a new thumb rest, which he 3D printed. And this is really close to the finalized design. He had a couple more things that he had done to it, changed it a little bit so it was a little bit further back. And so now what we're left with is what the finished production part is going to be based off of, which is this one, which I've had since December. Really enjoyed shooting it. It definitely helps me shoot the gun better, no question about it. One of the first things that you'll notice when you're shooting it is because you've got that additional point of contact on the gun, the felt recoil is a lot less. So it helps absorb a lot of that. And because the felt recoil is less and you've got another point of contact, the gun is lifting up a lot less in recoil. So it shoots very, very flat. And what that does is, since the dot is barely even lifting out of that window, if any at all, it's going to allow you for some really fast follow-up shots, especially when you're doing reactive shooting, where you're watching what the dot does and then firing another shot based on what that feedback is that you're getting. And so it really helps with that. It's going to give you another point of index on the gun, so you're going to have a much more consistent grip with your support hand on the gun. It helps with that. One of the other things that I absolutely love about it is when you're doing like loaded table starts, it completely eliminates the possibility of you grabbing that gun off the table really aggressively and then potentially ejecting that magazine from the gun. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So if you really go after that gun and lift it up off the table, that mag's still in there. Whereas if you're using one without the thumb rest, you can easily knock this mag out of the gun by going after it too hard and pushing it right out of the gun. So I'll give you an example. So you fire a shot, mag drops out of the gun. I'm sure y'all have seen that on stages before. So it completely eliminates the possibility of that happening. So I think what I'll do now is just kind of run some of the stock footage that I've got from shooting this thing and just kind of let y'all see what I'm talking about. But I shoot this night and day better having this thumb rest on it than I do without it. It's made me a lot better shooter. So hope you all enjoy it. And Joel, I really appreciate you making this a reality, and thanks for letting me be a part of the process. All right, so that was the Lockwood 4x4. Got exactly 1 second. 1 second. Four hits on target.
And bye.